Hi, I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at NAB 2019, and this is John Finegold from Signiant. Welcome, John. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Randy. Thanks for having us.
Why don't we start off by talking about what Signiant does specifically in the M&E market?
Yeah, so M&E is our core market, so NAB is home for us, and this is our focus. So Signiant's been around for about 15 years. We are well known in the industry as a market leader in intelligent file transfer. And what that means is we move large files fast, and we do that between people, between systems, and more to and from the cloud.
So are there any examples of studios that are using your stuff, or just a generic example of how they're using your stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, we work with all the major studios, we work with all size companies. So one of the great things about what we've done at Signiant is we've been an innovator in cloud and SaaS technology. So we launched our first SaaS product, Media Shuttle, back in 2012, and that really allowed us to bring our acceleration capabilities to all size companies. And so we work all up and down the value chain to make it easy for all size companies to send and share those large files quickly. So they use it for things like cloud ingest, they use it for collaboration, use it for all sorts of different workflows.
Okay, and you guys recently introduced something called Jet.
Yeah.
Can you tell people what that is?
Yeah, so at NAB 2019 we're introducing a completely new product called Jet. It's built on our SaaS platform, so the same architecture that Media Shuttle was built on. And what that's all about, so you think about what Signiant's been doing for the last 12 to 15 years, we're well known in the industry for working with the top tier media companies for automating their global workflow. So we literally move petabytes of data every day for the big studios, broadcasters, sports leagues, et cetera. And that product has been around for a long time. With Jet, what we're doing is taking that expertise and our expertise in SaaS and bringing it down market so that any size company can now take advantage of our automated workflows. So I'll give you an example. We just launched a product a couple of weeks ago, but one of our first customers is a digital cinema distribution company in Malaysia. And so prior to Jet, they were licensing digital films and then distributing them to 170 cinemas around the country, and they were doing that with truck rolls, actually with armored trucks because of the security issues. And now with Jet, they get a DCP in that they license from one of the studios, they drop it in a folder in their home office, and it automatically disseminates to 170 locations. So you can think about how Jet is not only expediting their workflows, taking things that took days or weeks down to hours, but also taking out a tremendous amount of cost. So taking out trucks and hard drives and armored vehicles and all of that, and bring it down to something you can do from the home office, and just save cost and be a lot more nimble. So now smaller companies have access to technology that was once only available to the big guys.
And that's an important point you brought up, is people being afraid of where their data might end up. So can you talk a little bit about how security is part of what you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. So security is a pillar for Signiant. We know that we're dealing with very important assets for the world's top media companies, and now in today's world, those assets move around so much with working with different post-production facilities, global distribution, localization. Those files are moving all over the world, and so many more people have access to them now. So security is really at the top of everyone's mind. So we take security very seriously. We build it into every layer of our software. We actually use the same audit company to do security audits that Disney uses. So we sort of figure if we check their box that's probably a good bar to set. But we have routine security audits, and we make sure that any file that we touch is encrypted in flight and is secure throughout the process, because that's a really that's key to the industry, and especially with today's dynamic with all these global workflows.
Absolutely. You guys also introduced something with machine learning. Can you talk about how that works within the product?
Yeah, so as you know, file acceleration is our foundational technology, and so we've had file acceleration technology actually that was spun out of Nortel, I think in like 2001, which was the basis for Signiant. And that's based on something called UDP acceleration. In today's modern networks, there are cases where actually TCP is actually preferred over UDP, and so what we've done is in our new transport that we've just announced, patent pending transport, it's able to use machine learning to predict which transport mechanism to use. Should it use UDP or should it use parallel TCP to transfer the files based on a lot of different dimensions, the history of the connection, the size of the file, what's going on in the network at that moment. And so machine learning is really helpful in being predictive and saying, oh, this is the best way to transfer this file at this moment in time.
Fantastic. Is there anything else that I haven't asked about that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I think just in general what we're seeing across the industry is quite interesting in that it's really cloud technology and SaaS in particular has really taken off. So Signiant's coming off a record year of growth. Our SaaS business grew by 46%. And if you look at a lot of the media technology companies here, a lot of them are flat or declining. And I think our evolution to SaaS, which we started back in 2012, is really starting to hit that inflection point where all size media companies are now looking at the cloud and saying, hey, yeah, we need to start thinking about things a little bit differently. And so in 2018, a big driver for our growth was the largest media companies in the world finally saying, hey, yeah, we're ready for SaaS, we're ready for cloud, and that's been a great tailwind for Signiant.
Fantastic. Well, John, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule here at NAB.
Thanks for having us. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at NAB 2019.